So we just saw Sully, the Clint
Oh,
Eastwood film.
okay.
Starring Hanks.
Out of all the autobiography, something other films,
Autobiography.
yeah, films. This is probably one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yep, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Tom Hanks is good in this.
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course he is.
Well, he's not
He-
always. He can be average sometimes.
Well, yeah,
But-
Larry Crown, but
I didn't see that one, but and also he wasn't. I didn't think he was that great in the Da Vinci Code movies. Well, I only saw the first one, but like I've always just thought he was kind of man. Which I'm still not looking forward to that third one, but. But yeah, but this one was good. Clint Eastwood did a good job. The acting was good by everyone, not just Hanks.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Not just Hanks.
I want
you guys.
to point out something. The chemistry between Hanks and Eckhart.
was really good.
Yeah, but it kind of implied that that they knew each other. From my perspective, they knew each other a lot longer.
Well, except for when
it was
the thing that kind of just proved that was there was the scene where they were showing them meeting in the cockpit. They kind of were talking like, hey, I know you, blah blah blah, like they didn't know each other.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just that they knew each other from the plane when they talked later or whatever.
Yeah, but it seemed to me throughout this movie that they'd known each other a lot longer.
Yeah, I know you would think that, but that's probably because Hanks and him were probably hanging out a lot and getting to know each other and figured they had chemistry. So that could have been it.
Yeah,
I liked how the flashbacks are set up.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Really?
Yeah. I think I didn't really think the scenes having to do with the aviation bits. There didn't really seem to be a lot that like segued into them, and
I felt they did, but I felt they were fine.
I kind of feel like it should have just been presented in sequential order. Although I will say there is one pretty cool edit when he's looking back on when he was like a fighter pilot, when he sees like those fighter jets on like the aircraft carrier, and so after a scene when he was younger and he was landing a fighter jet, after it lands, it like cuts back to him seeing all those fighter jets on the aircraft carrier, and the one that he's looking at, like as the scene cuts, it's like right where the other one is, the one that he flew in. So like everything around it changes though.
I mean, geez, what did you want? The Wayne's brothers, Wayne and Garth from Wayne's World going, it's time for a flashback. It's just like one of those old flashbacks. Wow, I wonder what happened back then. You know, and they used to do that back in the day, like the weird, wordy lines.
I like how in this movie, everyone just builds him up as a hero, except for him.
Yeah.
Because, as we see in the flashback, he was just as terrified as everyone else on the plane.
And it also been kind of weird to see him go, yeah, hero man, woo! Just like, there's like a scene where he's just looking at himself in the mirror. Look at you, hot stud. You just saved everybody.
Also, they kept, when he's like, sort of having a hallucination or...
yeah, when he's...
It keeps hitting that one building. And then it's only until we see the simulations with the pilots that we see, was that leading up to that?
He keeps seeing purple elephants talking to him. It's his hallucinations. But yeah, I don't... Well, I guess it was just his worry that he could have crashed, maybe. I'm not sure. But I don't know. I felt like, about the flashbacks, I actually, for the most part, thought they were handled okay, because, I mean, a lot of films like this would just show the plane crash first and then show everything later. I thought the way they did it was interesting anyways. For me anyways, though. And they only showed a little bit of his past. They didn't go too much into it.
I kind of don't understand why the film had to antagonize the board.
They kind of did, but they at the end they kind of redeemed themselves a bit. It's just that,
although the real investigators have said that they're not very happy with their portrayal in this movie, but
it did feel a little bit like they were trying out on purpose to prove that they were wrong a bit. maybe it was just the way the actors thought they needed to act. I mean, Anna Gunn, the Skylar from Breaking Bad as the one lady, she was okay, but Michael Malley was just like he was just kind of I believe you didn't do it. Not I mean not as super evil, but just kind of jerkish. Or, I don't believe you did it or something. Yeah.
No, not that. He said, "Oh, your instincts were wrong."
Yeah, I know, just our instincts.
Yeah.
But they just
But still, I mean,
they kept
even
missing the whole point
I
that
mean,
it worked.
Yeah, I mean, even if their instincts were wrong, and they did endanger them, but everyone survived. Uh, it's not like anyone died, so
I think it more just had to do with, insurance, like the fact that
it was
the
probably
plane was in the river instead of right there at the
and it wasn't like he was
airport.
gonna go to jail. It's just they're gonna retire him or whatever because he made a rat because they would have felt he made a rash decision or whatever,
Yeah.
and they would have. But I'm glad they did.
And the more you think about it, the more it does seem really selfish on their part. This guy was a pilot for 42 years, and even if he had like enough thrust to go back to an airport, one little mistake like that just. I like that. I like how it ends. How it and actually excuse me.
Yeah, we see.
It's a movie that actually honors the heroism of everybody from like the ferry crew to the people working at air traffic controls.
I like that.
And
yeah, there was the police who helped too.
Even Sully himself praises them.
Yeah, he wasn't just like, it's me! I guess there was no scene of him and looking at himself in the mirror going how awesome he is or something like that. There's nothing,
now that I think about it, considering this movie is about that day when the best of New York came together, as the movie puts it at the end, it kind of
makes you wish something like that would happen again, so all of America could get together.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's like this whole country is being torn apart.
Yeah. And the more I think about it, the more it does seem kind of appropriate that this movie came out on the weekend of September 11th.
Oh, my mom's birthday is in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but
I'm not
yeah,
kidding.
I don't know. I just the whole best of New York. I'm just like I don't know. I don't think like there's a lot of movies that praise New York and say it's this amazing town, but it's really not that great. Especially like there's a scene where he's walking and some just because he at a what is it a walk.
Pub?
A taxi driver?
No, walking. No, the thing he's walking at is
the bar?
Crosswalk.
Oh, when he's nearly hit by the taxi.
He has the right of way. That's what a crosswalk is. But the taxi guy goes, "Hey man, why are you being stupid?" Like, but he has the right of way. It's just because that's just the way. That's the way it is with New Yorkers. They get like that's what it's like in New York. You go walk and they get angry at it. That's mostly what New York is like.
Well.
But I'm not saying I hate the city or anything. I don't have any. I'm just saying I don't think it's that great or as like a lot of people like seem to think it is or whatever. But I'm not.
Well, I think it's.
But that's
I think it's because 9/11 took place there that.
And I think they do make a reference to that.
Yeah, and it's
with it's been a while since we've had good news like this, especially with a plane in it.
Yeah. But I don't know. But it's just saying the good of New York. And I'm not just saying it was New York because when New York comes together, everything gets right because New York is amazing. It wasn't.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Oh yeah. That's funny too because another Tom Hanks movie is coming out. It was written by David Koepp and he wrote that movie. Mister, it's you who's out, Gobby, out of your mind.
Okay, let's stay on topic.
Okay.
We were barely off.
Yeah.
For a second.
One thing that is an improvement over pretty much just about any of Clint Eastwood's movies, the color palette and cinematography, it feels a lot more natural. It doesn't look really gray like in a lot of his other movies like Gran Torino and stuff.
I like Gran Torino.
Well, yeah, I like Gran Torino too, but
nothing is wrong with that movie. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. It's fine. But yeah,
my favorite movie that he directed is still Changeling, though.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely. I'm not sure if that one's my favorite. I have to think about it. I haven't. I want to wait until maybe he's dead or he's not. His movies are. He's done with movies or something like that. I want to wait before I completely say what I think is my favorite of
Yeah.
his. But
The
that's up
guy's
there.
86.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
And he is still kicking.
Yeah. And
Like, I saw his first appearance like 2 days ago.
Revenge of the Creature.
No, yeah,
He,
Yeah, that
he
one.
was in the second one, Revenge of the Creature.
yeah, briefly.
Yeah. But yeah, so okay, let's wrap this up because
All right.
it's a little late and there's a trailer I want to talk about, but we'll
All
talk
right,
about
so-
the first one first that we have anyways. But
Let's grade this sucker.
Yeah, okay, so overall it's a uplifting aviation film. I'd give it a B+.
I'd give this sucker a B plus. I really like this film. It's kind of hard to see Sully. It's all you see is Hanks. I have to say.
Wait, B+2. I think that's basic. I think
But
that's
yeah.
perfect because it is a really good movie. I think it's really good, and I do think it's worth watching. But yeah, B+ sounds good
All right.
to me. All right, so what's the first trailer?
The first one, well, the first new one was the new Ben Affleck movie, Live by Night.
Which was that one's based on a book, actually based on a book again by Dennis. What's his name? Who wrote Gone Baby Gone and Mystic River and The Drop. Out of all those, I think The Drop is probably my favorite of those that I've actually seen. I don't know if you've seen The Drop. That's the one with Tom Hardy and
I
James
didn't,
Gandolfini.
but
It's
I have
really
seen
good.
Mystic River.
You should. And what about Gone Baby Gone? That's the first Ben Affleck directed film.
No, actually, I haven't.
That one's really good too.
Didn't
that
he do
one,
Argo?
Yeah, he directed Argo.
Yeah, but
And-
we're talking about
yeah.
ones based on the book by Dennis
Oh,
Lefevre,
okay.
or whatever his name is. Which only Ben Affleck's only directed one of his books, and then the other. But so that's why I'm actually a bit more looking forward to this one because I do like that the guy who wrote the book. Though I'm surprised Ben Affleck just writes the script because Dennis, what's his name, wrote the. I can't pronounce his last name. He wrote the script for The Drop, which is you guys should really check out. It's a really good film. The Drop is really good. But that's based on a short story instead of a book. But yeah, he writes I haven't seen anything based on any of his work that I haven't hated. So I'm looking, except for I think there was one movie based on something he did that I didn't like. I can't remember what it was though. But yeah, it looks interesting. What do you guys think? Sorry, I've been talking about.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool.
It looks interesting.
It's like about a
gangster.
like a guy who's had regrets as a gangster.
Yeah, I guess, or maybe he's trying. I don't know, because it's a little cryptic a bit. I liked it though. This one lady looked like Hilary Swank. I couldn't tell if it was her or not. But
Yeah.
and I don't know. There was some stuff that looked a little weird, but it looks
And it's coming out in January.
But I don't know. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
And because I like Affleck's work, I don't think he's directed anything I've hated. Though I don't.
Yeah,
though,
Affleck is a good director.
Even though I've liked his films, I'm still kind of one of the only people who probably thinks I don't think Argo should have been won Best Picture. Really, it was a good film, but I don't think it was for me. It wasn't Best Picture of the year. But then again, that whole year was kind of meh for me. So,
I think Zero Dark 30 should have won Best Picture.
yeah, I also do think that one was probably a little better. It's just I don't know, something about Argo just never really spoke to me as Best Picture, and I kind of that's why when my mom said the reason it probably won was because it made Hollywood look like it's the hero. I kind of agree with
I
that.
guess so. But
But yeah, I'll give it a yeah.
yeah, I will too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then Collateral Beauty.
This
about-
one I'm not looking forward to. I don't like the writer, Alan Loeb. He wrote one of the worst comedies I've ever seen in my life, The Dilemma. And he either writes comedy. He also wrote the really terrible straight to DVD Miley Cyrus movie, So Undercover.
Oh!
It was supposed to be in theaters, but it was like it was. I can't remember if it was because it was so bad or because Miley Cyrus's popularity was kind of dwindling at the time, so that it just got released straight to DVD. But yeah, I heard that like Film Brain reviewed it for his projector show, and he hated it, and he didn't like his other films he's written either, like The Dilemma and The Switch. But
Well, remember what Sully said in the movie. Everything is unprecedented until it happens for the first time.
yeah, but
I like the cast.
I like the cast,
Well, yeah.
but I still think it looks really bad, even knowing. And he's also writing the Space Between Us that's coming out. After realizing he wrote that, I'm like, nope, not seeing that one either.
I'll see this for the cast.
I'm not just gonna avoid it completely.
You're not even gonna give it a try.
It looks like seven. It reminds me of 7 Pounds. The way I felt the trailer to 7 Pounds looked bad, and it turned out it was terrible. And all everyone said about 7 Pounds was bad. It looks like the next 7 Pounds to me. And I don't mind the director. I mean, David Frankel. He did The Devil Wears Prada and stuff. He's not that bad of a director, but I don't know. It just doesn't interest me. I don't think it looks. The cast is nice, but that isn't strong enough to get me to see it because I want to see them doing better. I don't want to encourage them to do this. I want them to leave mainly because I don't want to give Loeb any more money. I want him to stop writing and learn. He's like Skip Woods. He keeps popping up when he should really quit.
Well, I don't think it looks that awful.
But it does to me. I'm just saying.
Apparently, the premise is like Will Smith is a guy who can communicate with human incarnations of abstract nouns. You know, life, death.
No, abstract concepts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't interest me. Like I said, it looks like even without if the writer, it still just kind of looks like 7 Pounds to me. I'm not interested. So no.
What was 7 Pounds about?
That was the one where he was the super depressed person. He was gonna kill himself, and then but before he kills himself, he decides to help people out, and it ends with him. The way he decides to kill himself is with a jellyfish, which uses poison, and then he decides to give his heart to Rosario Dawson. When in real life, if you gave a heart, that wouldn't work because the poison goes into your heart, you idiot.
Yeah.
She would have died. Good job.
Venom.
It's just
Venom. There's a difference.
Venom. Sorry, but yeah, it's just mainly but though I'm not saying this looks. It actually looks a little better because 7 Pounds obviously looked like it was just Will Smith trying to get Oscar. I mean, this one kind of does. Especially because there's so many scenes in 7 Pounds where he's just trying so hard to get an Oscar. He's he has so many scenes of him in his car screaming. Well, there's no sound; it's just music. It's just there's that's half of the scenes in that movie are just him screaming in his car. So that's why the Film Brain actually had a really good joke in that. He's like, "Yeah, go, Will Smith, go for that Oscar gold." It's just but this one I'm a no, but
okay, well.
You guys can see it. Enjoy it for all. You might enjoy it. I don't know.
Okay, well. So yeah, tomorrow night we got the Disappointments Room.
Yep, I'll be there.
Yeah.
Though I might not be there for. We're also seeing stuff on Monday. I might not be for Monday, but we'll see. That's why I'm still a maybe right now.
Yeah.
And if I do go, I'm not gonna probably see The Wildlife, because that right now is not doing so well. And
yeah, it's got like a 16% last time I checked.
Last time I checked, it was 14.
I don't like.
Yeah. When the bow breaks, I don't think it's gotten any reviews yet.
It's zero right now because it has a couple reviews. It's a 0 right now. And same thing with the Disappointments Room. Also has 0 right now because it's a bit low. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean it could go 0 to 60 in a few days, like Between Oceans did.
Or it could be what is it?
And kind of like Flash would do when he's driving. Flash the Sloth.
Or it could be like Hillary's America and not move at all. I'm sorry. I'm not saying anything towards that movie. I'm just saying from the grade, it just stayed at 4%, never moved.
Oh, damn!
From what I saw, I don't know if it's changed by now, but at the time I was looking at the critic.
It stayed there.
Yeah. Critic-wise, anyways, it was a bit higher for the moviegoer, but I think that also dropped a little bit.
I don't know why people still
Okay, let's not talk about that in the video. We'll end it. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Okay,
see you for the Disappointments Room.
Yep.